Tonight's story is here to help you feel calm and at ease. Flags and Crocus, the Shell Whisperers. This story is about Flax, the human, who rescues a river nymph named Crocus trapped in a shell and helps her return to her home. Once upon a time, there was a gentle human named Flax, who lived in a small coastal village. Flax's days were filled with the echoes of waves and the salty scent of the sea. One warm evening, while collecting shells along the shoreline, Flax found a particularly enchanting shell, iridescent and shimmering like the colors of a rainbow. As Flax held it up to the last rays of the setting sun, a soft voice echoed from within. "Hello, dear friend," the voice said, light and melodious. Surprised, Flax looked around but saw no one. "Who's there?" Flax whispered, peeking inside the shell. To Flax's astonishment, a tiny figure emerged, a river nymph named Crocus. Crocus had eyes the colors of the rivers, depths and hair that flowed like water over stones. "I am Crocus, a nymph of the rivers," she said, "and I have been trapped within this shell for ages." Flax's heart ached for the tiny nymph and vowed to help her return to the rivers she missed so dearly. Braving the unknown, Flax set off on a journey across mountains and valleys, carrying Crocus tenderly in the shell. Along the way, they faced many challenges, but met kind creatures and wise elders who imparted wisdom and guidance. Crocus in River shared stories of her river, painting vivid pictures with her words. Through her tales, Flax felt the coolness of the river water and the soft mossy banks. With each story, a strong bond grew between them. After many days and nights, they finally reached a place where the river met the sea. With the shell carefully placed in the water, Crocus emerged fully and danced gracefully across the water surface. "Everything she Flax," she sang, her voice blending perfectly with the murmuring river. "You have reunited me with my home, and for that, I will forever be grateful." Flax felt a wave of joy and fulfillment. As Crocus promised, she would visit Flax whenever the river whispered stories of the sea. From that day forward, Flax never felt alone, knowing Crocus's friendship was as enduring as the waves that shaped the shoreline. A new chapter begins to bring you peace. Atilia and Violet's Enchanted Hills. This story is about Atilia, a young girl, and a mountain sprite named Violet, who work together to save their beloved hills from a drought. Atilia was a young girl who loved exploring the rolling hills around her quaint village. Every evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, she would tell herself stories of magical creatures hidden among the flowers and trees. One evening, while wandering the hills, she stumbled upon a delicate mountain sprite named Violet. Violet had wings like gossamer, and a dress woven from petals, shimmering in every hue of purple. Atilia and Violet quickly became friends, sharing an unspoken bond forged by their love for the hills. Violet revealed that she had the power to heal the land and help flowers grow, a gift she used to keep the hills lush and vibrant. In return, Atilia promised to protect Violet's secret and care for the hills. Together, they spent their days wandering among the wildflowers, singing with the birds and dancing in the gentle breeze. One day, a drought threatened to dry up the hills, and Violet's magic alone wasn't enough to rejuvenate the land. Working hand in hand, Atilia and Violet combined their strengths. Atilia used her knowledge of the land to find hidden sources of water, while Violet whispered life into the parched earth with her magic. Their hard work brought the hills back to life, and the villagers celebrated the return of their beloved landscape. As the seasons changed, Atilia and Violet's friendship grew stronger, and they continued to protect the hills, ensuring it remained a place of enchantment and beauty. And every evening, as dusk settled over the hills, Ophelia would sit by the ancient oak tree, listening to Violet's stories of the hidden wonders of the hills, knowing that their friendship was the greatest magic of all. Let's wander into the next comforting tale. Azalea and Lobelia, a heritage of friendship. This story is about a girl named Azalea and a parrot named Lobelia who cherished the legacy of family heritage and the bond of friendship. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, a young girl named Azalea lived with her grandmother in a charming cottage. The walls were adorned with family memories, and the air was always filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Her grandmother, with her age-old wisdom, often spoke of their family heritage. Azalea's favorite story was about her great-grandfather who had once been a sailor and had brought home an exotic parrot named Lobelia. Lobelia, with her vibrant blue and green feathers, had since become part of the family. One evening, as the sun was setting, Azalea sat beside her grandmother with Lobelia perched on her shoulder. "Tell me then about great-grandfather and Lobelia," she pleaded. Her grandmother smiled, nodding. "Your great-grandfather found Lobelia during his voyages. They became the best of friends, and Lobelia always kept his spirits high with her cheerful chirps and whistles so listened intently, her eyes wide with wonder." Lobelia, sensing the warmth of the moment, mimicked a few melodious notes, making Azalea giggle. "If love were here, to this village, and she has been with us ever since," with her grandmother continued. "Isn't it amazing how a little bird can become such an important part of our heritage?" moaned Azalea, stroking Lobelia's soft feathers. The parrot nuzzled against her cheek, and she felt a surge of love for the beautiful bird. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, her grandmother's voice softened. "One day, Azalea, you will carry on this heritage. Lobelia will be with you, and you will share her stories with your children." Azalea's heart swelled with pride and a sense of responsibility. "I promise, Grandma, I will always take care of Lobelia and our stories." When the night wrapped them in its gentle embrace as Azalea drifted into sleep, dreaming of voyages across the seas, adventures with Lobelia, and the unbreakable bond of family and friendship. Let's embrace the next chapter of tonight's journey. The Puppy in Campanula's Northern Lights Adventure. This story is about a girl named Puppy who, with the help of a joyful sprite named Campanula, brings light and life back to a lonely forest. In a small town, nestled at the edge of a great forest, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Puppy. Puppy had bright auburn curls and sparkling green eyes that reflected the endless curiosity she held for the world around her. One chilly winter night, as Puppy was reading her favorite storybook, a soft twinkling sound filled her room. She looked up to see a tiny, glowing figure fluttering near her window. It was a joyful sprite named Campanula, whose delicate wings shimmered like the northern lights. Puppy, entranced by Campanula's beauty, opened the window to let her in. "Hello, Puppy," Campanula said with a voice as clear as a bell. "I need your help." Puppy's eyes widened with surprise. "My help? Why?" "But I'm just a little girl." Campanula fluttered closer, her wings leaving a trail of sparkles. "You have a pure heart, and that is what I need to save the magic of the forest." Puppy didn't hesitate. She grabbed her warmest coat and gloves, and with Campanula leading the way, they ventured into the misty forest. The trees towered above like ancient guardians, their branches swaying softly as if whispering secrets to one another. As they walked deeper, Puppy saw the forest in a way she had never seen it before. Every leaf seemed alive, and tiny beams of light danced among them. Luna guided her to a clearing where a grand oak stood, its roots glowing faintly. This is the heart of the forest, Campanula explained. But it is losing its light, because it is sad and lonely. Poppy approached the grand oak, her heart full of compassion. She could feel the sorrow of the tree, as though it were her own. She began to sing a gentle, soothing melody her mother used to sing to her. Gradually, the tree's glow began to intensify. Campanula added her own ethereal voice to the song, and together their voices harmonized with the whispers of the forest. Poppy's eyes sparkled with tears of joy as she watched the forest come to life. The once dim clearing was now radiating with a vibrant, otherworldly light. Flowers bloomed where snow had been, and the air was filled with the sweet smell of nature's river. Campanula fluttered to Poppy's shoulder and whispered, "Thank you, Poppy. Your pure heart and song have saved us all." Poppy beamed with pride and happiness, knowing she had made a difference. As they walked back home, the aurora borealis painted the night sky with waves of green and pink, a celestial dance that seemed to celebrate their victory. Poppy waved goodbye to Campanula, who promised to visit her again. That night, as Poppy snuggled into her bed, she felt a warmth in her heart that reminded her of the infinite possibilities that come with kindness and courage. And so Poppy drifted into a peaceful sleep, her dreams filled with the magic of the forest and the gentle glow of the northern lights. Thank you for listening. Sweet dreams and peace.